Hello everyone, I'm day weather meteorologist Don Day with your Public Lands Council weekly weather update for this August 31st, 2024, being brought to you by WSR Insurance Services Incorporated and also being brought to you by Ag Risk Advisors. As we take a look at where we are now here at the end of the month and into a new month, this is what we're watching for you, a warmer, drier trend for most of the western United States. As we head through the first week of September, the monsoonal moisture pattern is now going to stay well south into Arizona, New Mexico, Texas down there, and really not venture too very far north into the Rockies. And when it does, it just won't produce much. So we're just naturally getting into a drier time of year. So this means a quiet start to the month of September across the western United States. We'll have to continue to be on the lookout for high fire dangers. The wildfire activity over the last couple of weeks has been very damaging. While we don't expect any significant widespread outbreaks of widespread thunderstorm activity and lightning, that's still going to be a concern. And here's a good example of what's happened over the past week. First of all, we had 2 episodes of snow in the mountains of northwest Montana and the Canadian Rockies there. At the beginning of the week, the Wind River Mountains and the Absaroka Mountains in Wyoming got snowed on. That's just the first 2 salvos of the late summer season. That's nothing unusual. Then you can really see the smoke coming from the Idaho fires, then into the circulation around a low pressure system that was over southern Saskatchewan earlier this week. So what we're going to see is this drier air and high pressure cover the western United States. We'll still likely have to deal with this fire activity in portions of the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies through the weekend and into next week. One reason? Well, the rain has backed off, especially up here. Not much in the way of any rain over the last week, while the monsoonal moisture has been down more towards the Four Corners area, Arizona, New Mexico, a bit more scattered out into the northern plains. And while the Pacific Northwest has got to get wet again, it's basically west of the mountains, eastern Washington, Oregon, Idaho area dry. Temperature-wise, part of those low pressure systems that brought the mountain snow, bringing cooler than average conditions to the far west. But if you notice, right along the divide, the Continental Divide dividing things up, real warm east of the divide, cool west of the divide over the last week. However, we'll see a bit of a reversal. This coolness will go here. This warmer weather will come to the west, and temperatures will rebound because of high pressure building over the Rockies. This is for Labor Day Monday. High pressure builds here. This will bring a warming trend. This Pacific trough will bring more wet weather to the coastal areas of the Pacific Northwest, and that low will eventually go across the northern tier, bringing a cold front to the northern Rockies and northern plains by Wednesday. That'll bring the next opportunity for showers and thunderstorms and a bit of a cooling trend, but until then, pretty warm late summer weather will dominate. We're starting to see the tropics heat up. We could have something in the Gulf of Mexico around the 9th or 10th of September, something to keep an eye on. In the meantime, tropics are quiet. Now, over the next 7 days, this is between today and the making of this video, Saturday to next Saturday, so through the 7th of September, the wet weather is going to be in Mexico, the Gulf Coast region, and the southeastern United States. Very wet down there, very kind of a tropical air mass. There will be potentially a little bit of weather in the central Rockies with some showers and thunderstorms, but notice the northern Rockies, northern plains, part of the Pacific Northwest, Canada, and the Great Basin. Not much precipitation over the next week. Temperature-wise, we talked about that reversal. There it is. Warmer temperatures in the west, cooler temperatures in the central and east for the first week of September. Our next update will be September 7th. Have a great weekend and a great week ahead.